212. I hope you guys can hear me. The first 10 seconds will be cut out of this. Make sure to smash the like button. Mic check 1212. Are you offended that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino want to leave and they want to resign if Pam Bondi does not resign, if she doesn't step down? Are you offended by that? Because I'm getting a read here from some of these folks that are offended that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino want to morally hold them strong, and they want answers to this. And by the way, the biggest report out there, I hope you guys are out of the echo chamber that what it is to be a Trump supporter, because I exit that echo chamber every day. I go and I see what the rest of the world is seeing. And boy, oh boy, it is a mess. Modified video that the DOJ released is embarrassing. We have a modified video out there. The time-lapse video of the jail cell of where Epstein was cut out. And that video is making its rounds. And people are just all over the place with this. And things aren't looking the best. And those who don't want to admit that, to me, are the real enemy. And people are now turning their backs on Dan Bongino and Kash Patel because they don't want to be associated with Pam Bondi. Well, here's the news, ladies and gentlemen. We heard earlier that Dan Bongino was considering leaving. He left today. He might not be coming back. Reports are that he's not going to come back at all because he's giving Trump an ultimatum. He's giving the administration an ultimatum. Also, now Kash Patel says, if Dan Bongino leaves, I'm going to leave. Make sure to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you guys are watching from. So Kash Patel is now considering quitting if Pam Bondi stays. And these are close sources to the Trump White House. And sources close to the DOJ says Kash Patel wants Pam Bondi gone and may resign if Dan Bongino leaves. The same source says frustration is growing over the Epstein documents Bondi hasn't released. Bongino has already made it clear that he won't stay at the FBI if Bondi stays as DOJ. This is coming from the Daily Wire. This is coming from the most unlikely source to report this. Are you mad at these guys? Because if you're mad at these guys for having this stance, I question you. I question you, man. I really do. I wouldn't understand that. So here's something that just happened, right? Turning Point USA is having a huge event. Big things are happening all over the world of politics. And Steve Bannon is going off. Take a listen.
Okay, so breaking news. Kash Patel is being reported that Kash Patel has notified that if Dan Bongino resigns because of Pam Bondi's mishandling of which he's now publicly saying is Pam Bondi's mishandling of the Epstein files, that he, Kash Patel, will step down as director of the FBI to follow Dan. If I can just give you the way I think the system works, right? I want
to make sure. Do you guys hear this audio good? Because I know the audio might be low, but that's Steve Bannon basically reporting the news in front of a huge crowd of people that Kash Patel is now reportedly about to resign. You know how this is. I feel your frustrations down in the comments. I do. But this thing is getting so crazy. It's unbelievable. And I know a lot of people, want me to stop talking about this. A lot of people are getting annoyed. A lot of people are unsubscribing. A lot of people are sending messages like, why are you talking about it this way? You're ruining MAGA. It's so wild to me that people would have that stance. And I just think that it's so hypocritical for us as Christians in America to not fight for this. This is it. This is what we voted for. We want the answers. And somebody in the Trump administration is doing something wrong. We want to make sure that they're out. We want to make sure that, this, because you know what I think it is? I think a lot of people think that this is nothing. I think a lot of people, we're starting to notice that there's a lot of people out there that think this isn't a big deal, that think that a lot of people didn't vote for Trump because of this. That's what I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that there's a lot of people out there that literally think this is not a big deal, Lou. You should just stop talking about it. We got to stick with Trump no matter what he does. And it's just like, whoa. And I'm noticing YouTube channels doing that. I'm noticing some of my favorite political commentators are doing that. And I'm like, nah, man, that's not the right stance. I don't think it is, at least.
That Dan and Kash got some sign off before they made those statements, right? I don't think those are random statements.
I'm going to cut things a little
Here's why why do you think there's movement right now? Is there movement from this afternoon from yesterday? You agree that there's movement? You can see movement. You know why there's movement? No, special prosecutor. You've raised the stakes and said, we want a special prosecutor. We won't take anything else. We want to directly report to the United States. And now you're seeing the machinery starting to work. Well, upon further review, right? So do you guys still want a special prosecutor? Do you want you don't want Dan and Kash to resign, right? Remember how hard it was to get Kash confirmed? Remember how first off, you guys did Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth. Wow, Pete's going to be here this afternoon, I think. Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. We had no easy ones, right? There were no easy ones. Could we have gotten Matt Gaetz confirmed as Attorney General? You think
Matt Gaetz would have blew the whole thing open. All right. So again, reports are coming in. Kash Patel is considers resigning as FBI director along with Dan Bongino. If Pam Bondi stays, Bongino leaves per Daily Wire. Holy smokes, Kash and Dan are about to be out. This is about to be crazy. Things are not looking too good as far as that goes. But there is a video that's going viral, and I want you guys to understand what this means for us and for you watching. I want to put it into perspective. Again, I'm not here to give you ease and free news. I'm here to always give you good news, and I'm always here to tell you the hard stuff. I'm not here, to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to show you what I'm seeing and what a lot of you guys are seeing. And that's the people that I would love to stay, because we're going to go through these storms together and we're going to weather them. We're going to look for the answers. But when somebody like Asmongold has 400,000 views, 410,000 views in 1 hour from this video, this lets you know that this is one of the biggest stories in the world and we cannot let it go away. And again, the narrative, it hurts me because it hurts my heart. The narrative was, we want to vote for Trump because he's going to kill the establishment, right? He's going to release the files. He's going to clear the board. He's going to do all these great things that he has been doing. But when stuff like this happens, you have to question something else is at play. And I want to play this video for you because this is about the modified clip.
Wait. I didn't think things could get worse. Wait, metadata shows that the FBI's raw Jeffrey Epstein prison video was likely modified?
Independent video forensics experts concluded the raw 10-hour prison footage was modified. Rather than being a direct export from the prison surveillance system, the footage...
They modified this. Who modified this? Who did this? And again, we were on the side. Remember, if you were a Trump supporter, you were on the side of exposing the crooks, exposing the deep state, exposing these pedos, exposing all these guys that have been doing this in politics, that have been blackmailing, that have been doing all this. If you are a Trump supporter, I would still hope that you're on that side. This is it. This is the moment. And then our DOJ, the one that we voted for, right, trying to get the news, they modified the most important video of this topic, of this time. They modified the clip. And you telling me that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel are not correct to want to walk away? Why wouldn't they want to walk away? We look crazy. We were on the side of expose. Now we're on the side of covering up. No, that's not the way it's supposed to happen. And that's why you see these reactions. Some people say, oh, they're overreacting. No, they want answers. They want to get it through. Maybe this is the way to get everything out, by doing this. So I'm going to keep playing this clip.
Footage was modified using Adobe Premiere Pro. The file appears to have been assembled from at least 2 source clips, saved multiple times, exported and then uploaded to the DOJ website. The development comes as Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, reportedly took the day off after clashing with Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of the prison footage.
Breaking news, sources tell CNN that Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, he's considering resigning over the continued fallout from the release of the Jeffrey Epstein memo.
This is crazy. They're not even trying. They're not. That's what's so insane about this. It's so bad. Yeah, they're not even trying to hide it. Now Kash Patel is considering resigning if Pam Bondi stays on. Fucking base. The thing is that the interview that they had, these guys, I'm going to be real, they didn't look happy at all. The fact that they're willing to put this on the line. See, this is why we push for this. I'm like a drop, but collectively, you have a wave. I'm going to be honest. I totally side with Kash Patel over Pam Bondi. Without a fucking second. They have to resign. They have to resign to protect their own reputation. Because if they don't resign, then they're complicit.
Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
And this video,
Look happy at all.
this video by Asmongold has so many views. So that means people are paying attention to this. And this is not going to go away anytime soon. No matter what your favorite creator tells you, right? No matter what they tell you, like, oh, you shouldn't talk about this, Lou. You're making Trump look bad. Or you shouldn't talk about this, Lou. You're making MAGA look bad. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This has nothing to do with that. This is everything to do with this. I don't care if you're in your feelings and you want to unsubscribe and you're throwing temper tantrums and you can't. I don't care. You know what I mean? So this is it. This is what's going on. And you know, like, look, this guy, Steve Bannon is one of Trump's, like, this guy went to jail because of his stance and being a Trump supporter. So many people have gone to jail because of that, by the way. But here he is talking about this.
Are setting ourselves up for something you can't reverse. Once it's set up, you can't go back. It's got to be stopped now. We got to make this an issue now. That's one of the reasons the special prosecutor is needed on Epstein. We have to get to the bottom of who's governing us. And the way to do it is through a special counsel that not just releases all the information and lets you guys determine what's right or wrong, but also ties back. Did he work for intelligence agencies? Were there intelligence agencies involved in this? Is there some interconnection and interconnectivity between Saudi intelligence, MI6, the Mossad, the CIA, all of it? Is the Five Eyes program actually a way to control the American people? This all gets back, and this is what Geneva's about. We don't want the UN controlling us. But when the United Nations is ahead of the program of actually saying that somehow we've got to control AI, it's going to be out of control. At the same time, they're trying to take the 10-year moratorium that you just beat their brains out 10 days ago, and they're sliding it into an NDAA to challenge you and say, screw you, we're going to get it. We're going to be able to do everything you want. That shows you don't govern yourself. That is not the consent of the governed, right? This fight has to be now. We can't back off this. This is the deep state saying, we don't care that you brought Trump back. We don't care what you did in 21. We don't care what happened in 24. It doesn't matter. Elections don't matter. We run the deal. We took out Kennedy. We took out Nixon. We tried to take out Trump. You guys brought him back. Screw you. We understand you're too powerful as a political movement. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take away any potential power you have and put you in your place. And once we're put into place, there's no coming back, correct? Are you down for that? Are you down for this fight?
Oh, he's going off. Here's something I saw. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to find the video. But Andrew Schultz, basically, he said, and I'm not saying that this is true, and I want you guys to just not be biased. Right, I'm trying not to be biased in this situation. He said, what if they came to Trump and they said, we could have took your life, but we didn't take your life. We could do it again and be very successful at it. The only way we don't take your life is if you let this go. I don't think that's true, but man, that is one heck of an analogy. He said, he was talking about that. I got to find a video of Andrew Schultz basically saying that. I don't think that that's what happened. I actually don't even think Trump is paying attention to this at all. I think Trump has so much. I think when Trump said, we got Texas, we got ICE, there's a lot going on in this country, and there's the tariffs. There's so much going on. I think in my mind, I don't think Trump understands right now the level of this because he's paying attention to everything else. And maybe that sounds crazy, but I really do think that that's what it was, that's what it is. I think now people are making noise about it. People are obviously saying they're going to resign. And now Trump is probably going to be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Maybe, or he knows everything that's going on and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Why is my camera going out? You guys see me? What was that? Why did my camera just go out like that? What did I do? You guys hear me? Man, this is why we got to stop talking about this stuff on this channel, man. The camera starts to go out. Mic doesn't work anymore. Well, I'm telling you, man, my camera keeps going out. You guys see me? Wow. Anyways. Somebody said that's not even his cell. You're good, bro. Bannon is straight. He's on his rest. America second. Never stop. Lou, how do you know what's going on? People are blind as fuck. It's Mossad. Trump is eating Israel. Wow. Somebody who thinks it's not a big deal needs a computer check. It's probably the best comment. It's probably the best comment I've seen. I'm not going to lie to you. And thank you so much for your $10 donation. Mama Bear KMD, I'm proud of my boys. Here's the difference. Here is the difference between the splitters between Republicans and populist MAGA, Lou. I want to know, where are the babies? This goes deep. It's fired down. Jesus is coming back soon. Thank you so much for your donation as well. We got a $50 donation. Shh. No weapon forged against you will prosper. You will be awesome. I think Trump is paying attention to this either yet. A lot of people are saying Bibi Netanyahu. I'm tired of the whole Israel stuff. I'm not going to lie to you. At this point, I think we should just address, that's it. Like, I just want the administration to address what's going on. That's it. Like, hey, why are you trying to act like this is not a big deal? Because they are. All right, let me ask you guys a question. Am I wrong for thinking that Pam Bondi is not making a big deal out of this? Am I wrong for thinking that people aren't, like, does it feel like there's no urgency to figure this out, right? Like, it feels that way. It feels like there's no urgency to figure out. And people think we care about Epstein. I care about the victims. I care about the actual people that are guilty of these crimes and of these things. Like, that's what we care about. We want to know that. We want to see urgency. We want to see, again, like Steve Bannon said, a special prosecutor handle this. You know what I mean? Like a special prosecutor. I feel like everybody else does. I think Pam Bondi is super compromised. She's been compromised. I think the whole administration is compromised. If, I'm going to say this, if he's a Mossad agent, because why wouldn't they be? They should be compromised for that. Because everybody there is so pro Israeli government, and if the Israeli government says, hey, no, we shouldn't talk about this anymore, this is going to make us look bad, it's too many ties, this guy is, again, like Alex Costa, right? Like, he was forced to give Epstein got a sweetheart deal because of the fact that the intelligence agency said, this is above your pay grade. You can't arrest this guy. This guy is above your pay grade. So this it's overwhelming. I understand, but Pam Bondi, if she doesn't resign, hold on. I just got breaking news. This just happened. Oh wow. Okay, so apparently, and maybe we could talk about this. I just got breaking news. Holy crap! Megyn Kelly is on TV lambasting Pam Bondi and calling her to resign. I blame Pam Bondi, she says. Okay, let's see what they're talking about. This is Charlie Kirk. This is at Turning Point USA. I will be there on Sunday giving a speech for Brexit.
Tuesday. Nothing's going on. Has anyone been on X in the past hour?
They're happy. That's why they haven't been on social media.
We'll update you.
Why don't you update them, Megyn?
Well, this is the first big scandal, I'd say, of the Trump administration that's on Team Rational. It's not a fake media scandal like the left tries to create for President Trump every other day. It's one of the right's own making, and it's not going well. And it has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Let me just ask you, make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Raise your hand if it matters a lot to you. Raise your hand. So every hand of 7,000 people.
Everybody cares. I think
A lot. I said a lot. Every hint.
Here's what I think is happening. I don't think President Trump is focused on this. He's focused on a lot of other things, which are...
Yes, I just said that. I'm telling you, man, if you don't think I'm credible enough, right, and my brain doesn't work, I told you. Look, Megyn Kelly literally just said, I don't think Trump is paying attention to this. He has a lot going on. And somebody has to let him know, hey, hello, this is a big deal, man. We can't, no. Look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know.
1,000 people.
Everybody cares. I think,
A lot. I said a lot. Every hint.
here's what I think is happening. I don't think President Trump is focused on this. He's focused on a lot of other things, which are going great, and he needs to be focused on those other things. Jeffrey Epstein's not the most important thing on his agenda by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's crushing it on the tariffs, foreign policy, just got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. If not Trump, then who? Honestly. Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize after 9 months in office. He had done nothing. He gave a nice speech about Muslims and they gave it to him. So President Trump should be getting the Nobel Peace Prize, and there's all sorts of things he's focused on. I just don't think this has captured his attention quite yet. But it needs to, because it's starting to create a real hornet's nest within the administration. And I've got to be honest, I blame Pam Bondi. I'll tell you why, okay? I have nothing, yes, incompetence, yes. I have nothing against Pam Bondi as a human being. I was fine with her nomination and her confirmation, and she's been loyal to the president. And I get that President Trump needs a loyal attorney general. Look what happened with Sessions the first time. He went away, and then the next thing you know, we had the Mueller investigation, and it was a nightmare. But there are a lot of other people who can be loyal and competent in that job. Here, she is the reason that things are unraveling around this story right now that virtually all of the Republican Party cares deeply about. It's also true that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel had questions about Epstein before they took office, okay, before they went into the FBI. But once they joined the FBI, they said nothing. They've kept their mouths shut about Epstein. You have not seen them, except for one joint appearance with Dan and Kash on Fox, running all over the media looking for attention on this, yes, clickbaity story. Who have you seen? Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it. It's on her desk. It's coming tomorrow. You're going to see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. So you either believe that Pam Bondi was telling the truth then or that she's telling the truth now. But both cannot be true. She was either lying when she went on Fox News all those times saying, I've got it, we're looking at it, wait until you see it, it's horrible. Or she's lying in her 2-page memo that they released on a Sunday night at the tail end of a holiday weekend to Axios, as if Axios is where we all go for our news. Hell no. She went to someone she knew would not kick the tires on the story, and without signing the memo, dropped it in the dead of night and said, that's it, take the crumbs and be happy. Refused to come out and give a presser. Come out and give a press conference. Stand there for 6 hours to the point where people are dying of boredom. They've asked all their questions. That's how you put a scandal to rest. But she wouldn't even sign her name to it. And I'm telling you, I have dollars to donuts. It's going to come out that there was internal consternation over that memo and whose name did and did not go on it and who it was and was not behind it. And so now you have a situation where her words on the record on Fox News are diametrically opposed to what she put in this memo. She's embarrassed the president. She's embarrassed herself. And Dan and Kash, to the extent they've had to sign off on that, let's understand the FBI is controlled by the DOJ. FBI is subservient to DOJ. She's their boss. That they're in this position where the only comments they've made on the record as administration officials have been, we don't think he killed himself, and we don't think he got murdered. We think he did kill himself. We've looked at the tapes, and Kash to Joe Rogan saying, if I saw all these tapes of Jeffrey Epstein with little girls, trust me, I would show you, but I haven't seen it. Okay, so what they're saying now is consistent with what they've said since they joined the office, and that is one of the many reasons why this scandal is squarely on her. And I'm telling you, I'm of the cable news universe. I've seen it happen a million times. People get thirsty. They love to see themselves on television. They love to see their names in the Klieg lights. They love the attention. They love the little emails and texts and tweets and thumbs up they get after their appearance, and they can feel their star rising. And listen, internally, I'm told there's a bit of like a power struggle between Pam Bondi and another female administration official on who's going to be the top dog. You know, we've got a great bench behind President Trump. We've got JD, we've got Marco, we've got Hegseth. We've got a lot of people who could potentially be next up. But there are some women who've got their eye on that role too. And I've been...
Wow. Somebody said blonde bimbo. But I gotta stop reading. I gotta stop reading every comment. Wow. Yeah. There's just so much going on, man. What's about to happen is the great question. Now, speaking of Pam Bondi, the Trump administration did come out and said that they are very proud of Pam Bondi. So like I told you guys before, the Trump administration, their focus is on defending their own, which I understand why they would try. The problem here is I don't think that should be the focus. So again, when Trump had that reaction that, why are we talking about Jeffrey Epstein still? I think he did that because he knows that the world is coming down on Pam Bondi. So he's defending it. The problem here is you can't do that, in my opinion. MAGA is not receiving it well. America is not receiving this well. And to be honest with y'all, I'm just gonna be very honest with y'all. Don't think y'all care about this, but the left has so much ammo right now. So much. Like I'm talking about so much ammo. There are so many people because of this looking for the left. They're looking to go to the left. They feel betrayed. They feel like, you know what? I have no choice but to listen to a leftist now because these guys have lost credibility. And it's like, that's what's happening. Whether you like it or not, that's what America is feeling. Not everybody is feeling that, but a lot of people they're doing that because now they're looking to see what side is not lying versus what side is lying. And now you have, you got people like Gavin Newsom. He's now saying, well, Trump, why don't you release it? Like you got Democrats flipping the script. You got America thinking that the Democrats are the good guys now. And it's like, whoa, that's not even, no, the Democrats they could have released it. They didn't. But it's like people don't care anymore because, yeah, Trump had, or the Trump administration, the people had the chance to be more urgent about this, about what they could find and what they couldn't find. That now all of a sudden it's like, trust me, I've seen videos hit millions of views, millions of likes. I'm paying attention to what's going on. And it's not the best. It's not the best look. Just being very honest, brutally honest about what's happening and how do we address that? How do we bounce back from it? Where do we go from here? If you're the Trump administration, that's the question. But if your head honcho is not paying attention to this and he doesn't think it's a big deal, then I'm sorry. How do you think that America will respond to that? That's the real question. Somebody said, who would step in and replace Pam Bondi? I don't care. She has to go. Like, Matt Gaetz. Now, Matt Gaetz, no. I mean, yeah, like at first, Matt Gaetz, but like after all that stuff came out about him and the minor and all that crazy stuff that happened, he resigned, he stepped out. He's just not going to be good, fortunately, so that's why the Trump administration literally told him to step down because of the scandals that came out. Many people are saying those scandals came out because of certain reasons, certain timing of it, certain group of people. We don't have to go too into detail as to that, but make sure to smash the like button. I hope you guys enjoyed this version of the news. I will be going live again later if we get some big breaking news, big updates on this and other stuff that's happening. Melania Trump had a heartfelt moment I wanted to talk about as well. Also, there's a defamation lawsuit rumoring that Trump's lawyers are looking into what AOC posted because she posted something crazy. And this is making its rounds. Apparently, the Trump's lawyers are looking to maybe launch a lawsuit against AOC for what she said. Here's what she did say. Wow, no one would have thought that electing a, as you can see right there on my screen, if you could read, which I'm pretty sure everybody here can. I can't say it because of YouTube purposes, but basically she's saying that who could have thought that electing a would have complicated the release of the Epstein files. Again, look at the narrative. Look at the narrative. The narrative. It's flipped. It went from the Democrats won't release it because the Democrats are the party of you know what, and now it's like it's flipped, and you have to fix that. You have to attack this issue like no tomorrow. So they're trying their best to flip it. Judge Janine, Judge Janine is a great pick. Hey, Judge Janine. Hey, you know what? That'd be amazing. Stop giving these evil Democrats excuses. I agree. I couldn't agree more with you. Couldn't agree more. They're looking at this like an opportunity of a lifetime. Yes, they are. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to smash the like button.